he's racist and tweets like a kid while overlooking all the good shit that he did. I ain't ashamed of my president a little bit. I'd rather have an alpha male than a little
She said, I ain't ashamed of my president even a little bit. I'd rather have an alpha male than a little B-I-T-C-H. You know what I'm saying? Female dog, okay? Hey, is she wrong? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Y'all let me know.
It is causing black people to support Donald Trump more. They had a video of Trump going down to be indicted in Atlanta, and there was neighborhoods of African Americans cheering for Trump because they understand how they have been done by the system. They understand that their people have been attacked by the system for generations. So they see this attack on Trump and they relate to it, and it's causing most of them. All I saw on TikTok was people supporting Trump. And I think this indictment that this corrupt DA did is going to backfire. And it's going to have droves of people that support him that never would have supported him before.
That's a fact. That is a fact. This recent indictment and the mugshot and parading him through the city, basically, it's going to backfire in a major way. And I believe it already has. Because right or wrong, a lot of black folks feel like they can relate to that. They feel like they can relate to the attacks that have been levied against Uncle Trump. And for years, for many, many, many years, black people have supported Democrats at over a 90% clip. I think in 2024 is the first time you will see a good chunk of black people. I don't know about a majority quite yet. Maybe, it might be close. You're gonna see a good portion of black people that support Uncle Trump. I've shown you the evidence. I've shown you the clips, including the two clips to start this video off. It's all there. It's all there. Talking to people out on the streets. It's all there. They have pushed way too far. And listen, I hope another indictment comes out of Arizona. I really do. Because it only makes this even more cartoonish. It only makes a lot of these folks feel like they can relate to it even more. Like he just said, people that wouldn't have even considered voting are like, nah, bro, they doing Uncle Trump wrong now. I gotta go support my guy. I gotta go support him. I've seen so many clips of people say, hey, Trump, man, you black now, brother. You black now. Just flat out say, hey, you black now. You wouldn't have seen that 4 years ago. You wouldn't have seen it. The black people that did support Trump 4 years ago, most of them were silent. Most of them kept it, behind closed doors. Obviously, you had your outliers, of course. I'm not saying every single person, right? But for the most part, most black people that supported Uncle Trump 4 years ago, they were silent. They didn't want to put it out there. Now, people are out in the open, speaking freely and proudly about it. Even the hood. It's getting good. Oh, boy.
It's time for our Seen and Unseen segment. We expose the stories behind the headlines. And for that, we turn to Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo. All right, Raymond, do you remember when Joe Biden said this?
Okay. How do you think things are going at the border, sir?
Much better than you all expected.
What?
It sort of gives you the
sort of.
what?
Well,
listen to what is said here. This is just absolutely insane. Check this out.
yeah, I love how he's laughing. It makes you feel that he's on to something that you don't quite know, Laura.
Right.
Well, it turns out we might be right. The Democrat-controlled Senate passed a defense bill that requires the completion of the border wall using materials rusting along the southern border since the Trump administration. You'll remember we showed our audience much of that from the sky. But as the House considers the bill, the Biden administration has been quietly selling off those wall materials at auction. Talk about unseen. They've unloaded more than half of the $300 million worth of border wall
What a
parts
waste.
for pennies on the dollar, Laura. I think this is called defying Congress or undermining democracy, as you mentioned earlier in the show.
Well, maybe we should, since we're giving everything away to Ukraine, maybe we should just send the border wall over there and they can drop it on the, on the Russian troops. I mean, at this point, it's just, you don't expect, anything to go right for these people. It's just insanity.
Well, that may be the only way to get that border wall built. And I love this. I just found this out today. Biden spent $2 billion on storage for these parts that he's selling for pennies. This is really disgusting. But Laura, I want to turn to politics for a moment. At the big GOP debate on Wednesday, MSNBC apparently wants the GOP candidates to go after Donald Trump hard.
They're getting desperate.
If they don't go after Donald Trump, then they're not really debating. They're either running for vice president or they are hoping that he disappears in a legal fog.
None of these people are going up on the stage Wednesday to offer Americans something different.
This is absurd.
What?
They're offering something different from Joe Biden. And I love how MSNBC, that has been hoping and praying that Trump disappears into a legal fog, is now chastising others for hoping he disappears into a legal fog. Whatever the case, there's a lot of smoke being blown at MSNBC. I don't think you can take any of this seriously.
I think
Stick around. This video gets a whole lot better. Just wait on it.
Ronna McDaniel and all of the candidates should take notes. Every time like a MSNBC panel comes up, when you hear them speak, take notes because they have your best interest at heart.
Right. Just do the opposite and you'll do just fine. Meanwhile, over at CNN, mild panic has begun to set in, Laura, as they encounter polls showing Biden and Trump neck and neck within the margin of error. Ooh.
Look at these. 1 point, 1 point. If you go back at where we were at this point 4 years ago, Joe Biden's lead was high single digits to low double digits. So this idea that
Joe Biden's lead was high singles to low doubles at this point. Oh boy. And this is before, that poll came from before the Georgia indictment where he went down and, all the black people like, hey, yeah, oh, no. We support Trump. Hey, free Uncle Trump. They're on the side of the road cheering Trump on, right? This poll came before that. It's getting good, ladies and gentlemen.
Donald Trump can't win the general election. I want you to lose that idea. Donald Trump,
Say that again?
that Donald Trump can't win high single digits to low double digits. So this idea that Donald Trump can't win the general election, I want you to lose that idea. Donald Trump is polling better right now than basically at any point during the entire 2020.
That's fascinating.
That's fascinating. That's stomach turning for
That's
them.
fascinating. The faces, Laura, they're like, that's fascinating. Oh, very interesting.
Let's go on to Lady Gaga's story. Yeah, let's go on to what happened with Taylor Swift at that wedding over the weekend. They were just swarming her.
But Laura, I was looking at this over the weekend. CBS News may be way ahead of the curve. They dropped what could be the biggest story of the year, and few noticed. CBS posted this tweet Friday. Read it closely. Former President Joe Biden holds news conference. Talk about a scoop, Laura. They later issued a correction, but we will be watching for a follow-up on this breaking news story. Former President Joe Biden. Imagine that.
Do they know something that we don't know? They're already putting former. They see the landslide coming. They see it coming. There's nothing that they can do about it, right? The only thing that they have left is taking him off the ballot. Because they see that the indictments aren't working. It's only helping him. It's only boosting him in the numbers. It's only boosting him amongst a group of individuals who historically did not rock with him. Well, I won't say historically, but during his presidency did not rock with him. It's only boosting those numbers. He's only going up. I made a video about other clips the other day. If you haven't seen that, definitely go and check it out. Of just person after person, black person after black person, like rocking with Uncle Trump. And I can make a whole lot more. It's getting ugly for them now. They've pushed too far, but of course, they're not going to give up. They're too far in to give up. These elites are not going to back down now. Trust me when I tell you, they aren't backing down. They're going to throw everything that they possibly can at this entire situation. Not just him, but at the entire situation itself. They are going to try everything. So trust me when I tell you, there are some dark days ahead. There are going to be some trying times ahead. But we got it in the bag. Stay the course. Stay the course. Now, I've heard some things. I need to do a bit more digging on those things before I make a video on them. But there's some strange stuff. Allegedly, of course. I always got to say allegedly, so I'm not accused of misinformation, right? Allegedly. There's some possible strange things that are on the way. So be aware. Stay the course. Stay the course.
No,
CBS of all people.
That's
the
one
Tiffany
of those
Network,
good.
Laura.
Yeah, that's one of the good moments. I love that.
Yeah. Okay, finally, it was revealed this week that while the squad was urging everybody to defund the police and trying to limit Second Amendment rights, guess who spent more than $1.2 million in campaign dollars on private security?
Coming from the very same people that want to defund the police. Defund the police. Get rid of the weapons. Get rid of the weapons. But look at how much money y'all spent on that. Look at how much money. I'm sorry to tell you, I don't have $736,000 to spend on private security, let alone $64,000, 65 really, I mean, if you round up, let alone $65,000 to spend on private security to keep me safe because of their foolish policies. But of course, rules for thee, no rules for me. I'm going to take away the weapons from y'all. I'm going to take away your ability to protect yourself because I'm privileged. I have money. I can spend $65,000 on private security. I could spend $700,000 on private security. I could spend $300,000 on private security. This stuff is ridiculous. It's disgusting, man.
Cori Bush spent more than $736,000. AOC nearly $273,000. Your friend Ilhan Omar, $125,000, and all of this on top of the taxpayer-funded security detail each of them enjoys from the Capitol Police. This is rich. Watching these numbers come out, and by the way, this is all Federal Election Commission figures that the New York Post got their hands on.
So
this is disgraceful.
Well, but remember, regular people shouldn't be able to defend themselves. Right? They shouldn't be able to, carry concealed or anything. They're fine because they have private security to the tune of several $100,000 in some cases. But the regular person, just to go into urban America or some mall, and they should just be defenseless. So
and by the way, Cori Bush's private detail, they're supporters of the Second Amendment and advocates of it, and that's who she's hiring to protect her. I mean, the double play, the hypocrisy here is outrageous, and nobody even covers this story. Well, I'm glad we had time to.
No, Raymond, these people are definitely that work for them in the private security. They're not like soy boys or, pajama boys. These are real people who get it done, okay? So they're real security people, and they're all for the Second Amendment. All right, Raymond, thank you.
What disgusting stuff, huh? I love watching, the left get exposed, though. It's a joyous moment every single time. Every single time. But, back to those polls. Joe Biden, high singles, low doubles, now heavily within the margin of error. 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. And that was before the Georgia indictment? Oh, man. Woo! It's getting good. It is getting good, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, I saw a poll earlier that even showed that Trump is now up. It is getting good. And, you know, I read something about historically when Democrats and Republicans are tied in a poll, Republicans typically always win. So when you have polls now that are coming out that have, you know, before the Georgia indictment, well within the margin of error, only 1 point, right? Bad news. Now you got polls that are coming out that have Trump ahead. Really, really bad news. For them, of course. Oh, man. But quick question to end this video off. What do you guys think that they will try to do in order to ensure that Trump doesn't run? I've already heard stories of them trying to take him off of the ballot in certain places already. I don't think that there's... How can I say this? I don't think that they can be too obvious about things, because I think they realize that if they push too hard now, they might create something that they can't get out of. And what I mean by that, they might create a situation where a lot of people revolt, even people that were once on their side of the political aisle. And they definitely don't want that. How bad will it look if they started attacking black people that were trying to support Donald Trump? I think that would be a really bad optic. Really, really bad. Then they've completely lost it. So I genuinely don't know. I think their only realistic shot is getting him off the ballot on a technicality. And even then, they might be pushing too far with that. But y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.